missed Tuesday's episode, but I'm busy, I'm out hustling, I'm out brewing a lot of tea, and we just haven't had time to do any shows. But today, Thursday, I have got 2 Pekoe grade teas straight in from Sri Lanka. We've had December holidays, and then the first part of the year, there hasn't been a lot of work been done. Last week we had Thai Pongal holidays, which is a traditional Hindu holiday, and the week before we had elections in Sri Lanka, so the tea bushes aren't really in the best of states because they haven't been plucked. A tea bush needs to be plucked every 7 days. So the tea that you're seeing on the market at the moment isn't as great, and I'm hoping that we see some good teas today. Looking around, doesn't look the best, but let's get into the show. The first tea I've got is from Campion Estate, which is in Bogondalawa. Now, Bogondalawa is a sub-district in the Mulla Valley. I'm really looking forward to seeing some nice Bogondalawa teas coming up in the next few weeks as we move out of January into Feb, into March. We're going to go into the Western quality season. This is where the weather drastically changes. So we'll go from, instead of having showers late in the evening, to pretty much having a drought that should start about now. And you'll go into a period of where there's a drought, the wind will pick up, and the wind will push in from the southwest of the island. It will push over the mountains and down into the valleys of the Mulla district, and it'll affect the quality of the tea. If you want to know more about why it's going to affect the quality of the tea, watch the Old Course Hotel Tea Talk. We've had part 1 and part 2 come out over the last 2 Wednesdays. By the way, well done Chowders for getting that out on Wednesday. I wasn't so sure. I woke up Wednesday morning, I was like, has he done it? Has he actually managed to get it out? So big shout out to Chowders. Thanks so much for getting that out. He's done a pretty good job, and I know that some of you guys have enjoyed watching those videos already. If you haven't had a chance, have a look on the YouTube channel. If you're watching this on Facebook, get onto YouTube and subscribe to the channel and have a look, because there's a lot of good content coming out in those videos. But going back to the point, Bogondalawa is known as the Golden Valley. It has some very lush green tea bushes. It produces some fantastic teas, especially at the quality season, and there's some wonderful estates that are known for making very good Dimula teas. So the estate that I've got here today is Campion, and it's right in the heart of the Bogo Valley. Leaf today is a Pekoe grade. Good bouquet on the nose. Very nice smell, very fresh smelling tea. However, the leaf is a bit grainy, and it's also a little bit brown as well. It's not as black as you would like to have one of these teas. Now, being the time of year, the weather has been a bit erratic. Like I said, there's a lot of leaf on the bush that they're having to pluck through, and as a result, the tea isn't going to be the best, and you can see that in the leaf. It's a little brown, not too bad, but a little brown, not the best leaf. And you've got a tiny bit of stalk in there as well. So on the whole, not too good on the leaf aspect. The other tea that I've got is from the Low Country, and it's from Windward Garden, which is down in Ruhuna. And let's have a look at that leaf. Now again, Pekoe grade tea, different manufacture. In our country they use rota veins, which give you a much smaller leaf because they're trying to extract a lot more flavour. Low Country, it's completely orthodox tea, no rota vein, so you're getting a much thicker, a much larger leaf. Pekoe grade tea, black, no stalk, good roll. Little bit of, I don't know what that is. Ah, there we are. What is that? I don't know what that is. Stalk or something. But on the whole, a pretty good leaf. Let's give it a quick sniff. Not really any aroma coming off the leaf at all. No aroma whatsoever. Leaf is good, leaf is black, but no aroma. The Campion has a lot more aroma on it. In fact, I'm a big fan of the Campion aroma. That typical rosy Dimula note comes through. It smells like fresh cut flowers, but the leaf doesn't look the best. Let's have a look at the infusions. Campion Pekoe, bright. It's got a tiny bit of coppery green to it. Let's give it a quick sniff. Little fresh smell coming through, but not really much on the nose at all. Let's have a look at the Windward Garden on the other side. Windward Garden, not a good looking infusion. This is not what you want to see from an infusion. Dark, not bright at all, doesn't look lively, doesn't have any of the characteristics that we would be looking for. If you guys want to see what a good infusion looks like, check out episode 23 from last week with the Assam, and there was a wonderful infusion of what a black tea infusion should look like. It was bright, it was coppery, slight hint of green, everything that this one doesn't have. So that is that infusion. Again, in terms of smell, slight malty note coming through, which is typical of teas from Ruhuna, especially from this grade Pekoe as well. But that's about it. Nothing too special. Let's have a look at the cups. The Campion, dark, slight golden rim to it. It's not as bright as a typical Bogon Dalawa tea, especially during the seasonal time, and you'll see this as we get into it. As we get into the season, you'll see how the cup colour changes. So you'll be able to see how this cup will get a little lighter. It'll have a lot more flavour to it as well. Let's give it a quick taste. That's a nice tea. The leaf wasn't as good. Infusion was bright. Nice cup of tea. On the whole, it's a well-made tea. A lot of character, not too strong. It's not something you'd want to have as a breakfast tea. Maybe something after sort of 12 o'clock, maybe into the evening, maybe even as an afternoon tea. It's something very easy to sip. You can add a bit of milk to it, or you can take it plain like this. But on the whole, not a bad tea. Let's have a look at the Windward Garden. Well, as ever, when you come down in elevation, the cup gets a lot thicker, it's a lot more darker. The tea will be a lot stronger as well, because as you're coming down in elevation, now Bogon Dalawa is at about 5,000, 5,500 feet in elevation. Ruhuna, you're at about 2,000. So big difference in elevation, and that's going to have an effect on the actual cup itself. Let's give this a taste. Very strong, big malty hit into the mouth. Right from the tip to the back palate, you've just got this big strong kick of malt all the way across your palate. You're almost getting a coating around your palate as well of the flavour. But it's just one-dimensional, this Windward Garden Pekoe. It's one-dimensional, it's just very malty, very thick. There isn't anything else to the tea. There's no other subtleties that I'm getting in it at all. And I think yeah, very one-dimensional. There's nothing wow about this tea. And to be honest, there's nothing wow about both these teas. They're very much like, I don't know, June 29th, 1996, what were you doing? You know? It's one of those teas that you'll taste, they're not bad, but they're certainly not great. And as a result, they won't be on the website. You know, it's what I'm not surprised, because it's what we're expecting at this time of year. We've got a lot of leaf on the bush. The climatic factors aren't best, especially for the Gumla teas. It's getting better. So, you know, yeah, the guys have done well, but it's not something that you'll find off the website. But the key thing you can take away from this episode is this. Tea is a living, breathing thing, and it changes right throughout the year. It's not like Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola is just sugar and water, and you can keep to a specific taste right throughout the year. When you're tasting single estate teas, everything changes with the climate. If there's too much rain today, it's going to have an effect on the tea tomorrow. And this is the beauty of drinking tea. Every tea that you drink is subject to the manufacture that it's been made under, and also those climatic conditions. And you can find teas, and you'll look to match teas to get a similar taste. But sometimes, to get the best teas, you have to wait till a specific time time of the year. So let's wait out, and we'll find out to see what the season holds for us. Fingers crossed that it happens. Check out next week's episode. We've got some vertical tea tastings where we'll be matching some of our single estate standards and with some of the new manufacturers that have been made, and trying to get them pretty much to the same taste and to the same flavour, so you guys can get an idea of what we look for when we're trying to match two manufacturers from two separate time periods in the year together. Check that episode out. As ever, check out the Old Course Hotel Tea Talks. You'll learn a lot about manufacture, a lot about big business, a lot about the elevation and what it takes to make good tea. So check that out. Leave your comments in the comment section below, because that is the fuel that drives me. And as ever guys, thanks for watching and happy sailing.